Hey, para. Habari yako? Area. Very good. Habari. Pesa dia. Semua habari. Hey, habari yako? Very good. Daktari nu. Actual correct. Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. Sasa si ile nyingine jamani mtafanya. Mpaka kina mama ndio wako mbele. Nyinyi ndio mtajenga hapa? Kabisa.
Tuko tayari.
Tuko kazi.
Bora mlipo vizuri. Wapi ile mtu hapa wewe? Pia hawa wanasema watafanya kazi bora walipo vizuri. Sawa sawa.
Haya.
Weka 2626.
Naomba turudi nyuma moja, naomba tukue like moja. Very good. Alama kabisa. So this will only source of water now for now.
At the moment, each of these projects, for Bura, we are getting 575 million every year out of the production of the farmers, and for Ola is 390 million Kenya shillings every year. Your Excellency, in this region, it's also important to appraise you that we have a total number of 20 completed projects. We have 4 projects which are ongoing. Total investment is 11.6 billion, benefiting about 40,000 farmers and irrigating 54,000 cumulatively. In total, we are talking of income of about 5.2 billion, Your Excellency, in a year.
I cannot start to express how delighted I am to be here this morning. To be here at the opening ceremony of the TVET 100 Years Conference. And the theme has already been mentioned a number of times. If education is the key to employability, TVET is the master key. And that is indeed true, because we need to build a better link between the needs of industries, the needs of society, and education. And indeed, for instance, even in Europe, you will see that we sometimes have even an oversupply of university-trained people, where actually TVET skills are more and more needed. And I'll get to the importance of that a bit later. Now, let me start, however, by congratulating the Taveta Polytechnic for being the first TVET institution in Kenya, established a remarkable 100 years ago. So, if we are here to celebrate TVET in Kenya at 100, well, we're in the right place, because this is where TVET in Kenya was born. So congratulations for your vision, for your 100 years, and really for paving the way for vocational education and training in Kenya. Now, let me say that personally, TVET is particularly close to my heart. And for reasons which may not, and I'll get to the modern society in a moment, may not be that linked to the modern society, but rather to my own character. I am very particular on quality and aesthetics. My colleagues hate me for being a little bit of a perfectionist. Okay, now she's laughing. Okay, I'm not a little bit of a perfectionist. I value things to be done well. I value the work of a skilled tailor, a good hairdresser and barber, a carpenter doing great furniture, a welder, bricklayer, mechanic, or electrician who actually gets wires hidden and the sockets straight, not to mention the creations, and that unfortunately is seen in my midriff a bit, of a talented chef or bartender. What brings these people together? They're all craftspeople, they're artisans, artists in a way. They're essential to our daily lives. And one thing which is very clear, they do not come from universities, they come from TVET institutions. They are learning through work and through education and work, woven together. And they deserve much more recognition than they very often do get. So this is why it is so important that we are really celebrating 100 years of TVET. And I can tell you, as my investors are interested in Kenya and so on, if you have a great workforce, you'll have great investment and you will have great opportunities. And let me also note that with the economic partnership agreement with the European Union, with our markets already now opening to Kenya, quality sells, and that is important.
It is with great pride and joy that I stand before you today to celebrate a remarkable milestone, the centenary celebration of TVET. We honor a century of transformative skills development that have shaped our nation and workforce to the success that we witness today. This celebration is not just a marker of time, but a celebration of evolution of TVET towards its role in nation development. The vision of our forefathers who recognized the critical role of technical vocational education in nationalizing our public service and boosting economic development is hereby celebrated 100 years later. Ladies and gentlemen, in recent years, our government has taken hold of steps to modernize and enhance TVET sector. Significant investments have been made in this sector. These efforts have borne fruits, and we are witnessing a resurgence of popularity and prestige in technical training. However, as we look to the future, we must recognize that the journey is far from over. The world of work is evolving at an unprecedented pace, driven by technological advancement and globalization. It is imperative that our TVET system remains agile, responsive, and ready to advance with the times. I hereby want to recognize my fellow former PS, Desai Kevit, for the tremendous work that he's doing through a program like Ujuzi Manyatani that is reaching out to the youth in the marginalized areas to ensure that no one is left behind in development of competent skills. And Your Excellency, like I said before, we are working on the ASAL area to ensure even those young people in the crime prone areas are really brought to the fold through TVET. And Your Excellency, we are working very well on that program, and sooner than later we shall be announcing that all the pokots in those caves are actually on board as far as skilling is concerned. One of our priorities moving forward will be to enhance this inclusivity, to ensure that regardless of gender, disability, socioeconomic backgrounds, like I've already said, have access to quality technical skills.
Competence-based education and training ensure TVET institutions have established industrial linkages which has helped us to improve in our skills and competence. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has played a role in making TVET the cornerstone of education and workforce development that it is today. Let us celebrate this continue with pride and optimism, knowing that the next 100 years hold even greater promise and potential. Thank you.